Hello and welcome to the daily newscast within the United Country, special by First Ukraine. You can find us at the frequencies available at our website firstua.com. I am Sergei Velichansky and thank you for joining us. An explosion took place in Odessa last night. The unidentified persons had placed an explosive at the front door of an office of political party Samopomich in the Admiralsky Business Center. The explosion damaged the facility and the front entrance was destroyed. Window frames of other offices had fallen out as well. No one was injured. Police started investigation and removed all surveillance videos. It was reported by the head of the police department press service.
On this fact, we initiated a criminal proceeding under Part 1 of Article 258 of the Criminal Code Terrorist Attack. Materials were transferred to the Security Service of Ukraine in Odessa region. There is preliminary information from the staff of Tech Support Service about an improvised explosive device without a shell, which has triggered. It has capacity of approximately half a kilogram of TNT.
Though ceasefire is in progress, the settlement Leninske was shot upon by small arms and grenade launchers. Ukrainian troopers were under the fire of separatists near Sukhodil village as well, reports ATO spokesperson Anatoly Stelmach.
Donetsk direction remains being the hottest area on the demarcation line. At 7:00 p.m. on 11th of March, criminals attacked Avdiivka using 152mm artillery system. Moreover, from 9:20 p.m. to 9:50 p.m., again formations fired on villages Pisky and Vadinoye from artillery. This once again shows that the militants' claims about Gans has withdrawn all heavy weapons in accordance with Minsk agreements aren't true.
The pressure hot step is in an area of settlement Shirohino that is where ATO forces continue restraining opponents' aggression and keep the defenses on certain lines. Gunmen fired on our position with small arms. Sniper worked there. They fired from mortars and automatic grenade launchers.
Lugansk Regional Hospital admitted 2 army men who were injured by a mine trap near Krymske village. This information was posted on the Facebook page by Tatiana Pahukai, the head of Lugansk Regional Police Press Service. The soldiers were busy with engineering assignment and did not see the trap. Over 100,000 passes have been issued to civilians by the State Border Service for the people to enter and leave the territory which is controlled by separatists. According to the organization's spokesperson, Oleg Slobodyan, the work process at checkpoints is far from being ideal. The border control, along with the Security Service and Ministry of Internal Affairs, have initiated the needed changes. First of all, they strengthen control at checkpoints and make pass issuing procedure easier.
A single electronic information base of people who were given permits is being created with the Security Service of Ukraine. Although paper permits for citizens yet will be required, soon it will allow us to significantly simplify the procedure of controlling, to automatize it and to make it more convenient for those who are moving from the territory which is under gunmen's control.
From Ural to Donbas, 50 Russian mercenaries started their way from Yekaterinburg to Ukraine at night, reports local website e1.ru. The men are assigned to join a Lugansk gang Privid, which is headed by Alexei Mozgovoy. Their relatives and local priests saw them off at a local train station. The militants wore ski masks and showed their documents, proving their direction to Donbas. This is the largest group of mercenaries from Ural, which was sent to Ukraine with such honor and festivities. Mykolaiv City Council recognized Russia as a power aggressor and so-called LNR and DNR as terrorist organizations. The voting process didn't go without a conflict. The first voting round, a number of deputies and civil activists did not like the fact that there were no mentioning of Russia and terms like aggressor and terrorists. They blamed the local head Yuri Granaturov. The text was changed and they voted the second time. Giving lethal weapons to Ukraine will deepen the conflict. This was the statement of the White House press secretary, John Earnest, who in turn expressed Barack Obama's thoughts. He stated that U.S. president thinks that the military conflict in Donbass has no weaponry solution.
An additional $75 million in military assistance would be provided to the Ukrainian military by the United States. This is a continuation of military assistance that has already been provided by the United States. Some $100 or $120 million in assistance has already been provided to the Ukrainian military, and this is obviously a substantial supplement. That assistance includes a wide variety of things. It includes radios and secure communications equipment. It includes some unmanned aerial vehicles that can assist in the defense and protection of Ukrainian forces. I think this is reflective of the partnership that exists between the United States and Ukraine, and it is consistent with our commitment to supporting Ukraine as they face this destabilizing threat on their eastern border.
The investigators of Boris Nemtsov's murder visited human rights defenders who had visited suspects in prison Lefortovo. Yeva Merkacheva's apartment was searched. Andrei Babushkin was interrogated and signed a subscription about his own recognizance. After this, he can't visit the inmates as the human rights activist. Let me recall that yesterday Andrei Babushkin reported that Zaur Dadaev and Gubashev's brothers, who are accused in killing of Boris Nemtsov, were tortured. They told about this by themselves. Lawyers have visited arrested people in Lefortovo prison. They have known from arrested men that they spent all the time there without food and ability to call anybody. Gubashevs also said that they were tortured and were made to confess that they killed Mr. Nemtsov. Earlier, investigators claimed that Dadaev also confessed in this crime, but now he denies everything. He says that he acted under the pressure, and when he wanted to claim about this, the judge did not let him do that. The quantity of victims in Kazan had increased to 5 people. On the eve, shopping mall Admiral was burning there. 40 people were injured. There could be near 15 people under the wreckage, the local emergency services reports. Rescuers are looking for them. This work should be done very carefully because the rests of construction could fall down. All details in our next story.
A huge column of black smoke the victims drew from the blazing fire buildings. After that, people trying to save their goods, however, utterly burned almost all merchandise. The fire burned 9 hours. From the firefighting, more than 400 people used 100 vehicles, helicopters and fire train. Only in the morning, rescuers began to dismantle the wreckers by which people can be. At 7 a.m., all interested persons from Ministry of Construction, Ministry of Emergency Situation, we need to get inside the shopping center. There's an information that there were people under the rubble we have to find. Took over the cafe in the center. Investigators say it's irresponsible actions of the institution, the likely cause of the fire. They immediately summoned firefighters and tried to extinguish the fire alone. In addition, the time has not yet taken out. Doors opened only when the flames broke out. However, due to the onslaught of fresh air from outside the room in the cafe and then covered by mail fire, people was in panic. Everybody tried to pull our wares, but until someone tried to pull the goods, the roof collapsed. It's known how many remained under the roof. I personally know that 3 people died. The footage taken from the air visible, the roof collapsed, even that part of the building where the fire is not received. Therefore, the investigators suggest that the shopping complex built with disabilities. There is not the first such case in Kazan. In May 2013, burned several pavilions of the new round, and in October, the fire down the Vietnamese market.
It was the United Country newscast by First Ukraine. You can find more details at our website, firstua.com. Sergei Velichansky was working for you in the studio. We wish you only good news. Take care and goodbye.